You're a piece of shit. And in this video, I'm going to explain you why this is a good thing. You know, when I was about 13 years old, I've already told this story many times in this channel, I started on self-improvement. When I started on self-improvement, I was a huge piece of shit. Today, I'm also a piece of shit, but I'm less of it. And actually, considering myself a piece of shit, you can think, oh, but this lowers your self-esteem and things like that. Actually, no. This hires up my self-esteem. And by the end of this video, I'm totally sure that this will highen up your self-esteem as well. Because being a piece of shit doesn't really mean that you're actually a bad person or that you're bad in anything. It actually means that you're not getting up to your potential. And this signals to you that your potential is very high, right? This is actually a good thing if you think about it. So being a teenager and starting on self-improvement, I would start getting a little bit more of attention from the people that were outside me. Because this actually happens, right? When you focus on yourself, when you focus on your goals, you start getting attention from people that are outwards from you, that are not in relationships with you. Actually, if your friends are really bad people, they will kind of mock you for doing this, but outwards people have no reason to mock you for focusing on your goals, for going for your dreams. And this can make you commit a huge mistake that I've done for myself. So getting this lots of attention and starting getting medals on Olympiads, being on like Instagram posts from the school, things like that, I started getting a lot of attention. And this is like from other people, from guys that were like nerds and wanted to study with me, from girls even that were into these kind of nerdy guys, you see. And actually this was not good for me at all, because I fell for the trap that was choosing the very first girl that interests on you. And this is a mistake that I don't want you to commit, because I stayed for like 2 years and a half in this relationship and it didn't go well for nothing. It wasn't a good relationship. It wasn't giving me much things. It wasn't giving me advantages, any advantages, just some attention from a girl. And actually this was a long distance relationship, so like it was actually just the attention, not even the sex, the kisses and things like that. You see, I've got no good things for this, and I just accepted it because it was the very first girl that interested herself on me. And for you to not commit the same mistake as me, for you to not go for the same mistake as I did, you need to understand something that most young men also need to understand. As a young man, you have time. You have a lot of time, and you actually are watching this type of content, so you're going to use this time for something useful, or at least that's what I expect you to do after watching this video. Like go do some fucking push-ups after watching it, I don't know. So if you're a young guy and you're using your time for something useful, for something that is going to add up on your life, this means that you're getting value over time. You have higher value than you did yesterday. And this means that you're a fucking piece of shit compared to you in 5 years from now. The thing is, most young men don't realize this until they enter up on the dating market. Because when you're at the dating market, like when you turn 18 years old, 20 years old, you get in the dating market and you're competing against a lot of other men. And competing against other men actually makes you fear some things. For example, a man that is 30 is competing for the very same woman as you are. And this means that you need to improve a lot to get on this level. Maybe this guy is going to the gym for 10 years. Maybe this guy is onto a business for 10 years and you've just started since you're 20. And this means that you're going to have the same value as him, but when you're 30. This guy is getting all the girls he wants, basically. And he's choosing them because his sexual market value is so damn high. So now that you understand that you're a piece of shit and you can get better and you tend to gain value over time since you're a man, this actually is opposite to you, to women. the highest sexual market value for women actually is around 16 to 20 years old, because when she's 16 she can get basically any man from high school, and when she turns 18 she can get any man she wants. Basically it's just like that. But after 20 years old she will start to lose sexual market value, not gain. And this is an advantage that men have. This can be seen as a disadvantage, by the way, because having this need to take action, need to get better, for you to have some value, means you start with zero value. When you're a man, if you were like this very, very good looking man and tall man, you're not getting any sexual market value whatsoever when you enter the dating market. If you post like a couple of pictures on Tinder, I don't know, you're probably getting 5 matches a month at max. And trust me, this is pretty bad. So what this means for you, this means actually the sexual market value, it isn't really a good measurement, but there's like scales of 0 to 10, and right now you're probably a 1 or 2 out of your potential, and you need to get like to 10 out of 10 to get 9 out of 10 girls. Girls like upwards, so like when you're a 5 out of 10 you're probably getting a 3, a 4, and if you're getting a 4 out of 10 it is actually going to be pretty hard for you to sustain the relationship, because she'll want more from you than just 1 point up on the sexual market value. The scale seems pretty autistic, right? But actually it's a good measurement for like saying for videos and analysis like this. So you need to gain value on the sexual market? Actually no, you need to get value on life, because you're a 2 out of 10, right? You're a 3 out of 10. Be honest with yourself, this is actually good. If you are a 3 out of 10, this means you can triple what you are right now at least, and get to max out your potential. This means that your potential may be very, very high. So being a 3 out of 10, you need to get value not only on the sexual market value, because when you're a 3 out of 10, your friends are probably 3s and 4s and 2s out of 10. And I'm not really talking about looks, because looks matter a lot on the sexual market value. Actually is the thing that most matters, right beside money. I think they both matter like about the same. But for having true relationships, probably looks matter more than money. So having this in mind, having in mind that your sexual market value is low, your life value also might be low. This means that all of your friends you've met like on video games, you've never met a friend on the gym, for example. You've met all of your friends like playing video games, going calls on Discord, things like that. That's how you met all of your friends. This means that your friends might have very, very low value, because you met them at low value places. Why? Because you're a low value man. If you're a low value man, you're going to face out a lot of problems meeting friends. Your friends aren't going with you in this journey that you have right now of self-improvement. Actually, they're going the opposite way. So if your friends are actually going in the opposite way, they're going to mock you for going into self-improvement. Like, you started going to the gym and you start like posing in front of them in the mirror and things like that. They will mock you saying like, oh look, he's farming Nauro or some shit like that. I don't know, man. It's some bullshit like that. They're going to mock you for things that shouldn't be mocking, for things that actually they should be applauding you for doing. And if you have low value friends, you'll notice this on them. They'll mock you for things that are actually not to be mocked about, for things that they should incentivize you to do. Instead of this, they're going to mock you for doing it. They're going to make you feel bad for going to the gym, for meditating. They'll see you meditating and thinking like, oh, this is tell me a character that meditates in some anime, I don't know.
The Hashira from Demon Slayer, the first Hashira.
Oh, he's acting like the first Hashira from the Demon Slayer. They'll say something like that, and this shouldn't be mocked about. This shouldn't be something that you take negatively about. Like, think about this. If your friend is going to the gym with you, if he's trying to better up his life, are you going to mock him for this? if you're going to do this, you're a low value person. And actually, you can say this isn't mocking, but and just kidding, I don't know, you're just joking with your friends, this isn't mocking, but this incentivizes a lot of people to do things. Doing like going to the gym and training weird exercises like training neck at the gym. You look weird when you train necks at the gym. If someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, you look so weird when you're doing this exercise," like you go like this or something like that, you'll tend to not want to do this exercise anymore. So getting mocked for something, even if it's just joking, actually makes the person not want to do it anymore. So don't mock your friends for going for good things. Actually join them. This is a good, very good self-improvement habit. Like to not mock your friends and have friends who are not like mocking you also. That's why you should get rid of friends that mock you for doing these things. You should get rid for friends like make you skip the gym to play Roblox with them. I don't know. You should get away from these friends. They're actively worsening your life. And think about this. Being a friend with someone actually means the opposite. You need to get a better life with him. This means that you offer value to this friend. Otherwise, he would not have any reason to have this relationship with you. You'll see that your friend who plays Roblox with you all day, who plays League of Legends with you all day, he's actually friends with the game. And you're friends with the game also. And then if you split the game apart, if you don't play the game anymore, you're not friends anymore. You don't talk anymore. Or at least not as much. And probably you're going to lose this friend that you have because he's a low value person, and when you go for high value things, he'll mock you for this. He'll not actually incentivize you or try up and join you on something like that. And after you get out of these friends, you don't get up anymore in these types of friendship, you should think about the fact that you're the worst version of yourself right now. You're the worst you're ever going to be. You're the weakest you're ever going to be. You're the smallest you're ever going to be. You're the least disciplined you're ever going to be. This means that you will get better every single day. Make this promise for yourself. You're not going to skip the gym. You're not going to skip any types of things that will make you better in the day. And you'll try actively to skip things that will make you sadder, that will make you feel bad. This is acknowledging that you're the worst version of yourself. This is a promise you need to make for yourself. This is a promise that you need to make for yourself and wage war against anyone that doesn't make this promise as well. Or at least that violates your own promise. Like people who want to make you feel bad. Actually, your friend might not want to make you a worse person, but he'll subconsciously do this. Your friend will make you play League of Legends games with him instead of going to the gym, instead of going to meditate. You will come tired from school or from work, I don't know, and he'll tell you, "Oh, let's go for a match right now. Let's go watch some series, some anime right now." For you to rest, and this is not actually resting. You're worsening your brain. You're making your brain think a lot. Gaming and like watching series of anime or things like that actually makes you think a lot. It makes your brain go tired, go crazy tired. And this is not beneficial for you whatsoever. Your friend will convince you that it's better for you to do this than resting. He'll not try this actively. He will not think, "Oh, I need to make this guy feel bad today, you know, I need to make him feel tired tomorrow, I need to make him not rest for the day he had." But actually, he'll be doing this subconsciously. He will be worsening your life. You need to or one, make your friend understand this. Make your friend understand that every time he does this, he's worsening your life. Or two, you're going to cut connections because this friend will never learn or something like that. So if your friend never learns, even if you say to him, "Oh, please don't contact me at this at these times or things like that. Or even if your friend like actually does this, but you can control yourself, you can't control yourself for going gaming or something like that. You need to cut connections because it'll be the best for yourself. So now, I actually want you to make this promise for yourself. You need to make the promise that you will get better, that you will gain worth, you will gain value as a man every single day. So you can stop to being a piece of shit. And actually, being a piece of shit is actually very good. And I hope that you understood this by watching this video, that we as young men on self-improvement, we will gain worth every time. So your worth is actually much bigger than you think it is. You need to gain this value. You need to make this promise for yourself that you will gain value, that you will avoid things that will worsen yourself, that you will pursue things that will make you better. And I'm not even talking about money, going for your career or something like that. I'm actually talking to you for you to get better in every single thing in your life. I need you to get better at the gym so you can be like a good father who kids with his children every time and like launches them up and pick them up. You can be the strong father. You can be the strong father to teach your son to do exercise, to be stronger, to be as good as you in some sport. You can teach your daughter that she has a lot of value when she's young and she should not commit to like poor men, to poor men, not actually in money but in poor value. You can teach these things to your daughter, to your son, if you keep getting better, if you keep getting knowledge like this every single day for your life. And think about this: if we become a bigger society, if we as young men in self-improvement become a better society, a bigger society for men, we can make the whole world being different, because our children will learn from our lessons. If this gets like a bigger channel, more children in the next generation will be on self-improvement. This is not actually just it was valid for you. If you're watching this video, you can provide value for your friends, for your wife, your future wife. You can provide value to everyone around you, because these videos actually teach you useful things and teach you how to be a better man. And this is something you should be teaching your son too. That's it. I'm going to the gym right now. Remember, the value of a man is just as high as his ambitions. Mwah.